Welcome to the podcast no one asked for. I'm Sienna.
And I'm Morgan.
And today we are going to talk about
the dumbest conspiracies. The enthusiasm in my voice.
I am so excited. Y'all, there's a few conspiracies. Y'all already know I'm a conspiracy lover. So I've heard them all.
Ones that aren't, like, insane.
Yeah.
Like, not super, like, there's really extreme conspiracy theorists that we don't believe what they're saying ever.
This is like...
Normal conspiracy.
These are the conspiracies where there is absolutely no way it's true.
No.
But it is hilarious.
Right.
Like, I have tried...
In your eyes, it's hilarious. To me, it's the stupidest freaking thing.
It is stupid that it makes me laugh. I've been trying to convince Morgan to do this episode for a couple months. And she finally caved in.
Because we couldn't think of anything.
Every time we're like, oh, we're doing a conspiracy episode. What do you want to talk about? My first thought is the dumbest conspiracies.
I really needed to think of something.
So here we are.
I wish I did. Okay. So.
I'm hyped for this. I have two that I want to talk about.
Okay, go ahead. Or do you want me to go first? I don't care.
You go first. You go first. Wait, how many do you have?
I have like a few, but like there's
go
like
first.
Okay. So I saw this and
I'm already like laughing.
I've never heard this before in my life. I've heard of it in a way of like, you know, there's people who believe in like the creation of the world, and, like evolution. Mm-hmm. But this is not even that. So, found this whole website called Popular Mechanics. Adam and Eve, super intelligent beings from outer space.
Oh my god. No.
It gets better.
That's a headline.
Exactly. It says the ancient alien theory may offer a solution. Adam and Eve were extraterrestrials who traveled to Earth aboard a space ark piloted by, you guessed it, Noah.
That doesn't...
It doesn't compute.
I have several things about this. One, if they're aliens, they're not humans, correct?
Exactly.
So since they're a part of our lineage, since humanity comes from them...
Are we aliens?
Are we aliens then?
Piloted the ark by Noah.
Did we lose our alien abilities or something? Like, last I checked, I was a human. Oh my gosh. Second, Noah, he's a part of their lineage too.
Exactly.
He comes later on.
Right.
From, like, their children's children and all that stuff.
Right.
So...
Yeah, that's why it makes no sense. But then it says, official reports say prove that a flying saucer once crashed into Mount Ararat in Turkey, where it is traditionally believed that Noah's Ark came to rest after the Great Flood.
Oh my.
Anyway, it doesn't seem likely that Noah's intergalactic starship, after tumbling through space and dodging meteor showers, finally ran into the ground in Turkey. But forgetting this silly story for a second, there's still the real scientific idea of panspermia, which raises the possibility that our planet's first single-celled organism have extraterrestrial origins.
What? My head hurts.
Yeah, my head hurts too.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That would mean, like, if you have a spaceship, you have high technology.
Right.
Why didn't they bring that to Earth? Like, that's the thing. Like, what? And if the spaceship was there, did they tear it up for parts? But then there's proof of flooding? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Never made sense. Okay.
All right. Want me to go?
Yeah. Is this the freaking lizard one? We're starting with this?
This is by far the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It cracks me up.
Oh.
I'm going to read it. We're reading off of articles, right? So I'm going to read the headline for this. This was like 2017 when this really happened. Because it kind of ties in with like other people, but here it comes.
I hate this. Go.
Justin Bieber is an alien lizard and shape-shifted in public.
No.
Hundreds of fans claim.
No.
The singer is actually a giant reptile in disguise.
Nope.
And there's a video to prove it, according to Wire.
Nope. Video effects.
The video is when he was, like, getting his mugshot taken.
And he blinks and like, all of a sudden his eye goes...
Yeah, I remember that was an epidemic where celebrities will be in interviews and they'll blink and their eyes will change. And
I remember seeing that.
It's honestly, like, kind of freaky.
But it's video effect.
But it's probably, like, video effects or, like, a crappy camera. Like, I mean, for Justin Bieber, it was in a courtroom.
For their eyes to turn not circular, but like vertical.
Like a cat's eye. Like a lizard's eye, like, for crying out loud.
Okay, anyway, like the lizards. We know that there's video effects for lizards. Hello, Teen Wolf Canema. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Literally, that's what I picture when I think of this.
Yeah, that's what I picture too. Because there's like a point where he like closes his eye and he's like...
What is the most outrageous about this is that people claim to have seen Justin Bieber's shape shift into a lizard. Here's the story. It was in an airport in Australia in 2017. According to the wild theory, Bieber is actually an alien reptile. I'm gonna start that over. He's actually an alien reptile who accidentally unveiled his true form whilst walking through the airport. So here's the thing.
What, did he walk on like lizard reptilian legs?
This is a quote. And one local skater, I'm gonna stop you right there.
It's high.
Yeah.
He's high.
He told the publication that Bieber was hanging around with this big guy, his bodyguard, I guess, and we were just staring because he kept turning into a huge reptile.
They're high. Or they're on acid.
Yeah, he's on something. His bodyguard was pointing at us, shouting that he'd kick our teeth in if we didn't put our phones away. Witnesses claimed Bieber's eyes went black and he grew taller and had scales all over his body.
Is everyone in Australia high?
People were crying on their phones, running to exits. Oh my gosh. Oh, and then the publication denied ever running the story, even though they published it.
Dang.
So, I don't know. And there's like videos of Miley Cyrus in interviews.
Right.
She blinks. The lizard
I've heard the same thing about Katy Perry.
Yeah. Obviously, it's fake, but I just can't get over this because it's saying he transformed into a lizard and had scales all over his body in an airport.
Acid.
We would have seen the footage.
Yeah. Okay.
That's mine.
I saw this. It's outrageous. So there's a major like far right conspiracy theorist called Alex Jones. If you don't know who this is, great. Because he's awful. He's been banned from every like social media site whatsoever. He has conspiracy theory. He's like a conspiracy theorist that's not good. Like it's not funny. Where he's offensive. But I saw this and I was just like, it wasn't only him that made this claim. So it wasn't only him, but like, it's probably the stupidest thing I think I've ever heard. So do you know who Joan Rivers is? Or was?
Yes.
So she was like a fashion mogul. She did a lot of plastic surgery and everything like that. She was real old. She died at the age of 81.
How long ago was that?
I think like 3 or 4 years ago.
I remember that happening.
So she died at the age of 81.
21.
During a routine surgery, and she was the victim of a botched operation.
Yikes.
Because the doctors who didn't notice her deteriorating vital signs. Some people say they don't buy it. There's a lot of doctor deaths by doctors, hospitals, failures, like Michael Jackson and all that kind of stuff.
Oh my gosh, don't even get me started on
good
it.
Lord.
The conspiracies.
But somebody says that her death was an intentional hit ordered by President Obama and the First Lady. In the retaliation, it gets better. For the retaliation of seemingly off-the-cuff insult that hit too close to home. So if you don't know who Joan Rivers is, she's also a comedian, but she does like really kind of like outrageous, like she trashes on any celebrity whatsoever. She doesn't care. So just a couple months before she died, Rivers told a cameraman that Barack Obama is gay and that Michelle Obama is a transsexual.
Wait, that came from her?
Yeah.
I've heard of that, but I didn't realize that came from Joan Rivers.
Yeah. So she said that. And then Alex Jones, this guy said, as soon as Rivers revealed that the Obama secret, she was deader than a doornail.
A doornail?
His quote. So
the conspiracy is that the Obamas killed her
because they said that he was gay and that she was a transsexual.
Oh my gosh.
Are you... There's so many like presidential like people murdering possibly
Yeah.
somebody, JFK with Marilyn Monroe and everything like that. Like
No, that's a conspiracy.
right, but like there's the article that this is on. These are like pop culture conspiracy theories. Like below it talks about Brittany Murphy as a part of Homeland Security cover up and everything like that. And Michael Jackson has a lot of them on him, and Tupac and Biggie, everything. But yeah, that was just one of the like most outrageous ones. I was like, are you kidding?
That's a lot. That's extreme.
Yeah, very extreme. Okay.
Ready for mine?
Your next one? Is this Avril Lavigne?
No, I decided to hold off on that one.
Ooh, yay.
Maybe another episode. Dumbest Conspiracies Part 2? We'll see. I'll try to
just do it in
more
one.
Okay. So, as you guys know, time travel does not exist. Or does it?
Oh, God.
Basically, there's lots of conspiracies involving lots of celebrities claiming that they are time travelers.
I heard this.
Or better yet, time-traveling vampires.
Oh, I know who this is.
Whom? This is plural.
Oh, I know, but the one I've always heard.
One example of this being a time-traveling vampire
Can I
is
guess?
Nicolas Cage.
Yep, Nicolas Cage.
Who has managed to pop up in an old-timey picture from 1870 of an unnamed man.
Oh, yeah, I've seen these before.
There's a picture. It's, here, I'm showing Morgan the picture now. It's pretty uncanny.
There's a lot of those out there.
I know there is.
Do you know who else has one? Are you going to talk about it?
Yeah, I'll get there.
Oh, I've seen them all the time on Graham Norton.
It's wild. Like, obviously, this is like a doppelganger. People look alike. Apparently, there's a doppelganger of myself in our own city.
See, what?
Have I not told you about this?
Uh-uh.
9th grade. A classmate of ours that I had in class came up to me and was like, in our class, like, hey, I thought I saw you at Barnes & Noble this weekend. Because I like to read. I was a bigger bookworm at the time, so I was like, oh, okay, like, whatever. Like, why are you telling me this? And he goes, but it wasn't you. But she had, this is when my hair was really long, and I would wear it in a ponytail a lot. He said she had glasses, dark, long brown hair, in a ponytail, very similar clothes. You had, like, same style, looked exactly like you from the side, dark brown eyes, everything. You were looking at a book. I was going to walk up to you, pull on your ponytail, like, mess with you.
Yeah.
I walked closer. She starts turning around, and I walked the other way because he realized it wasn't me. And I was like, well, that's weird. I've been told, hey, I thought I saw you at this place. They'll describe someone that looks just like me. But get this, Morgan. I had probably gone maybe 2 years without hearing about this random girl. Caleb, you know Caleb?
Mm-hmm.
He texted me, like, where are you?
Right.
And I said, I'm in a meeting because I was at work. And he goes, you're kidding me. He calls me. I'm like, Caleb, I'm at a meeting. I can't talk to you on the phone. And he's like, this is a joke. You're kidding me. I just saw you. And I was like, Caleb, I'm not, like, I'm at church. I'm at work. What are you talking about? And he goes, he was at a stoplight. And he sees, he was, like, at a stoplight. The light was red. And he was, like, at the front. So he could see, like, when other cars were turning, like, it wasn't his turn to go. It was the other side of traffic. He sees a red Kia Soul.
Oh, she got the same car as you?
And he looks at the drive, because I drive a bright red car, so when people see it, they kind of think it's my car.
Right.
They'll look at my bumper stickers and know, whatever. The car goes across traffic. He sees the driver, and Caleb's like, it was you. She had dark hair, glasses, the same facial structure and everything, driving your car, wearing a beanie very similar to my Dallas Stars beanie. And that's why he texted me, where are you? Because he wanted to, like, see what I was up to. Because he just saw me.
Right.
But it wasn't me. That's why when I told him I'm in a meeting, he was like, what?
Dude, there's, like, I learned this a while back. There's 7 people.
I've heard that, too.
Around the world.
We have 7 lookalikes.
7 lookalikes.
I can believe that.
7. There's 7 people that, and there was a thing a couple years ago that, like, people could find their doppelgangers, but they're not blood related. But, like, these people look like identical twins. And then they do blood work, and they're not even closely related at all.
It's insane. But yeah, I haven't found my doppelganger yet. I don't want to. I'm scared. Anyway, so there's, like, pictures of people from the 1800s that look like celebrities now. Whatever. Right. So Nicolas Cage looks like a man, an unnamed man. Like, in this portrait, it doesn't give the guy's name. Usually they do. And it was a guy from, like, Tennessee. So in 2011, Jack Mord of Seattle, Washington, stumbled across the original print of this 1870 photograph and then put it up for auction on eBay for $1 million.
Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of speculation at the time that the photo was some sort of photoshopped hoax, but Mord has been like, for sure, like, hey, this is it, this is legit.
Right.
And it is legit. And he said, personally, I believe it's Nicolas Cage and that he is some sort of walking undead or vampire who quickens and reinvents himself once every 75 years or so. 150 years from now, he might be a politician, the leader of a cult, or a talk show host.
Dude, you got to do it every 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
We know this from Vampire Diaries. Come on.
So,
I'm not saying this is true.
yeah. But with the vampire stuff, him being a vampire, the accusation is so high. He's gone out to publicly say, I'm not a vampire, I don't drink blood. Because that's how, like, people believed it.
You know what? If there was anybody to
be a vampire?
For anybody to have, like, a possible, like, suspicion that somebody would possibly be a vampire that's not super out there, it'd be Angelina Jolie.
Ooh, I can see
You know
that.
why? There's a backstory.
The Volturi from Twilight, she looks like she can be one of them.
That, and so she used to date, or she was married to, this guy named Billy Bob Thornton, who a lot of people say looks like my dad. He does not.
Oh, no. I don't know why I sound like Mickey Mouse.
Oh, no. They say, a lot of people have said that he looks like my dad. Dear God, no, he does not. So, they were married, or they weren't, or something like that, but they were together, and they used to wear around each other's necks a vial of each other's blood.
I remember this now.
Yeah.
That is weird.
That's super weird.
What are you on? To wear someone's blood around your neck.
No, this is the thing. I just
remember. It
remember.
was a snack for later. That's what it was.
I just remembered it because I'm rewatching Vampire Diaries, and there's like a point where like Enzo gives Bonnie blood around his neck, and I was just like, "What are you, Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton here? What the heck are you doing?"
Man,
that's what it's inspired from.
Yeah,
we're gonna do this. It works better now that you're vampires, but still.
So he was called for being a vampire, but there's also around the same time. From like 1860, there's a picture that looks just like John Travolta.
Oh,
Here's
God.
a picture, Morgan.
I don't think that's close enough.
I can see similarities.
I can see similarities, but I don't think it's close enough.
Not
as
like the
Nicolas Cage
one. And it's an unidentified man as well.
Oh, they're all unidentified.
Yeah, like the portraits, usually they'll say like the name.
Right.
These people don't have a name underneath the portrait. And then someone had said about the picture. Oh, no, it's the same guy. What was his name? James Mord or something about Nicolas Cage. He says, I know you were saying John Travolta is alive today in 2011, and he doesn't look 150 years old. John Travolta is a Scientologist, and many Scientologists believe in a type of reincarnation.
Yep.
Of course, time travel can't be ruled out as well. I did not know that about him.
That he was in Scientology?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Then there's Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
He is a spitting image of General Doug MacArthur, who was a 5-star general and played a prominent role during World War II. That name sounds familiar.
That does.
And he earned many medals, whatever. He looks exactly like Bruce Willis and is stirred into conspiracy that he joins a long line of immortal celebrities. Morgan, look at this picture.
That looks like Bruce Willis in like an old school movie.
It looks like it's photoshopped, but that's the general.
Holy crap.
That's like legit twins.
Yeah, that's insane.
Then, from even earlier in the 13th century, we have the portrait of Pope Gregory what's the Roman rule for this? The 9th?
9th?
Yeah, who bears a striking resemblance to a certain person, Sylvester Stallone. Isn't that weird?
Oh my God, what the heck?
And then there's, oh my God, I just read the name of the person. Going back to a 1570 portrait by Girolamo Francesco Maria Mazzola.
Some Italian guy.
Yeah, that hangs in a gallery in Florence, Italy, which features a portrait that shows a strikingly familiar face of Keanu Reeves.
Oh God, Keanu Reeves. People have become obsessed with Keanu Reeves recently.
Coincidence or time travel. Keanu would also later appear 300 years later in an 1875 masterpiece by someone, I don't want to pronounce her name, it's too long. And then there's also a portrait of a doctor and actor, Paul Monet, who, air quotes around the word, died in 1922 and also happens to look exactly like Keanu Reeves as well.
Let me see
Coincidence or immortality. And it fits very well into the fact that Keanu Reeves doesn't seem to have aged much at all throughout his career.
He hasn't.
Here are the pictures. There's the 1530.
The 1875 looks similar. The 1530 doesn't look as similar.
I can see that with how he looks now.
Right. But why did they put his younger ones? Because those are the
to show that he hasn't aged.
Well, yeah, that. Okay. Is that the last one?
That's not Morgan. This list goes on. There's Orlando Bloom. Here's the picture.
That looks more like Charlie Puth.
Oh my gosh. New conspiracy is Charlie Puth. And it was Orlando Bloom looks like a Romanian painter.
Mm.
So, who happens to have died back in 1907? Or did he? Then, Alec Baldwin.
No.
I don't see that one.
Alec Baldwin was playing that guy?
Morgan.
Who is it?
Game of Thrones star Peter Dinklage.
Oh God, who's Peter Dinklage look like? Who does Peter? I'm about to fall out of my seat. I hear Peter Dinklage and I'm just like, holy crap, who does he look like? Who could possibly look like Peter Dinklage?
Who seems to have been Sebastian de Mora, also a dwarf and jester.
Okay, I was about to say, if he isn't a dwarf, that doesn't make sense.
At the court of Philip IV of Spain in the 1600s. That's kind of similar.
Okay, that makes it, you know what's weird about that? Is that, like, that could easily be his character on Game of Thrones.
It could. Oh my god.
It's just him dressed up.
Conspiracy, Game of Thrones is life story.
It's real. It's true.
Eddie Murphy. Oh, I've seen this one. A guy from the 1920s.
Why does that look like Kenan Thompson?
Somewhat, but I do see it. Jimmy Fallon. I remember he talked about this on his show. That one.
Who else?
I can kind of see.
There's one I know of that is not on there that has a ton of them.
Matt Damon. And these two pictures of him and a girl. The girl's not the same, obviously, but it's the guy that they're showing. I can see that.
How is the person I'm thinking of not on this list?
Whoa, wait, hold on. For the Matt Damon one, it was that picture of who he looks like was from the 1960s, and someone was posted by a Reddit user, and they said it was their parents' wedding day.
Dang.
So, then Daniel Radcliffe.
That's who I was thinking of. But there's multiple of him. Because every time he's been on Graham Norton, they bring up more photos of him that they have found. Mm-hmm. There's 7 of them.
It says on the right, Daniel Radcliffe or grandmother. Yeah,
because there's a lot of them that looks like, because they have on the circular Harry Potter glasses and everything like that.
That's the look. Okay, yeah. Matthew McConaughey.
Oh,
I can
be
see
him in Dallas or something like that. Dallas Buyers Club, that's what I was thinking of.
Another Reddit user posted a picture of their grandfather.
Dang.
And that was the picture. Whoa. Jay-Z. This is from the 1930s, the picture.
Oh, dang.
Justin Timberlake, the old picture is supposedly a criminal mugshot that bears a certain resemblance to Justin Timberlake.
Oh, I've seen that before, yeah.
That does.
All these people finding photos
Conan.
Oh, dang.
Whoa.
All these people finding photos of their grandparents or their parents or even whatever, looking like celebrities. But also, have you seen those photos of people go through their parents' old photos and they find photos of their parents, they found out their parents went on a date or dated somebody famous.
Say it again.
So they find photos. Some kids find photos of the parents.
Where they're my parent dated.
I just found out my parent dated blah blah blah, like Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah.
There's photos of a mom with Matt LeBlanc or
I saw someone this is my father, whatever, was Beyonce's prom date.
Right. Yeah.
That's wild.
How did you not mention that to your kids?
That's gosh. Okay, that's my conspiracy. Just the many look-alike.
So, this one that I have is under the umbrella of celebrities who aren't exactly who they say they are. So, there's one that's
I'm ready.
Stevie Wonder isn't blind.
I saw that. I wanted to talk about it, but I didn't want to.
There's a video of him. It looks like it was performing for the president. I remember that's what it looks like. 'Cause there's all these old dudes. And the mic falls and he's able to catch it. Maybe it's just because he has heightened senses. I don't know.
But how heightened?
How? Yeah.
This isn't Spider-Man. I remember seeing that.
Then there was the J.K. Rowling is an actress, not a writer.
I've seen that too.
Because there's a Norwegian filmmaker that looks just like her, and she doesn't seem one of the all-time rags to riches stories. She sees a cover-up. Somebody asked, is it possible that one person can write 6 thick books that are translated into 55 languages, also there's 7 books now, and sell more than 250 million copies in less than 10 years? No. What is more likely, is she writes, is the woman that we know as Rowling is an actress hired to be the face of the franchise that is cooked up by highly professional players, intent on creating multimedia cash cow.
Whoa.
But here's the thing.
Wasn't Cash Cow a game on Webkins?
Yes. So J.K. Rowling's been up to no good recently.
Really?
I'll explain. So, if you ever go on Twitter and you see something remotely similar to Harry Potter trending, it's probably because J.K. Rowling cooked up another story about what these characters are actually like now that the books are done. Like
she wrote something new?
That, or she's like revealing something secret that was never revealed in the books, but it's like in her mind. Mm-hmm. So like you never knew that Dumbledore's character was gay until 2 years after the movies and books were done. Mm-hmm.
From reading it, you couldn't tell. It was just like
I don't think that was the point, but that's an example. And then there's like, how do they go to where's the bathrooms go? Something like that, and bathrooms in Hogwarts, there's a sewage system or something like that, or something. I don't know. It was just weird. But then like, there's all these things about these characters that are like, Dobby is like, she's just coming up with the weirdest. Hold on, I gotta look it up.
Like it's weird stuff.
Like it's like no, she's like ruining the characters.
It's not like one time Harry and Ron went on a vacation together.
Yeah,
not like
no, it's no.
Okay, I gotta hear these.
So this is what she said. Do you know what Ron's Patronus was?
Oh, okay. Harry's was like a deer. Mm-hmm. What was Hermione's?
Otter.
That's what I thought. What was Ron's?
I don't think they ever mentioned it.
I don't think I remember.
But it's Jack Russell. It's a dog terrier.
I don't know why I thought like I was an actor for a split second, because that's a name.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, no, now I remember.
So
in the
thing is, though, with the Patronus is Jack Russell's like kind of chase otters.
Oh my gosh.
It's so cute.
Foreshadowing. Even the Patronus is new.
Yeah, exactly. So where is it? There's like more recent ones. Here we go. Found the one. So yeah, for example, like, Dumbledore is gay. That's like one of the things like they reveal later on. Mm-hmm. She revealed like Hagrid couldn't produce a Patronus. Fred Weasley was born before George Weasley, and that Lupin's son Teddy ended up being head boy at Hufflepuff. Normal things.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then she gets the weird stuff. Mostly about Dobby. So people started making memes about, like, anyone. J.K. Rowling. Dobby assassinated Princess Diana. What? No one. J.K. Rowling. Dudley got syphilis from Dobby and died at 26. I can't see the rest of these. These are really bad. These are so bad. J.K. Rowling. Dumbledore was on Churchill's war cabinet. Oh.
What was that laugh?
Me, J.K. Rowling. The Whomping Willow was gay.
No.
J.K. Rowling. Buckbeak is into... No, never mind. No, so bad. Okay. Me, J.K. Rowling. Ron spent all 7 years at Hogwarts fantasizing about a loyal, unique, imaginary best friend named Harry Potter as a way to cope with his unbearable plain life as a regular kid who wasn't super good or bad at school, who wasn't popular but wasn't an outcast either.
That's too deep, and it's not that deep.
But there's one thing that she said that it's just like...
About Dobby?
I think it was about Dobby. I swear it was about Dobby. Because she's saying the stupidest things about it. Like, she's trying... Oh, yeah. So, when, like, things were revealed about Dumbledore and Grindelwald, and they're like, you don't have to, like, add just, like, inclusivity. That's what people were talking about it.
I still haven't seen Grindelwald. I need to.
It's so good.
I kind of just forgot about...
Did you know that Hogwarts didn't always have bathrooms? Before adopting Muggle plumbing methods in the 18th century, witches and wizards simply relieved themselves wherever they stood and then vanished, and the evidence vanished. She revealed that.
What?
Yeah.
What was the reason?
I don't know.
You couldn't magic your way and make a toilet? Oh my gosh. J.K. Rowling.
Oh, here's one. No one. J.K. Rowling. These are all memes. Okay. Yeah, that's that. But there's like, the typical Katy Perry's grown-up JonBenet.
Yeah.
There's a theory that Michael Jackson was really the same person as LaToya Jackson.
I've seen that.
And then Beyonce faked her pregnancy,
Mm-hmm.
That Blue Ivy, her mom is Solange.
Oh my gosh.
OJ being Khloe Kardashian's father, which he literally shut down today. Because, surprise, surprise, OJ's got Twitter.
Oh.
We're all doomed. There's a lot of, like, stealing and, like, zombie celebrities who fake their deaths.
Oh my gosh.
So they can live mundane lives out of the spotlight, like
Tupac.
Elvis, Michael Jackson, Tupac, David Bowie, Jim Morrison, Andy Kaufman, Richie Edwards.
Literally anyone that's died.
Basically. And then secretly murdered ones, There's some people say that Paul Walker was secretly murdered by a drone.
Oh my gosh, Paul Walker. Into the Blues on Netflix. I need to watch it.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Those are our dumbest conspiracies. Part 1? Question mark?
No.
Okay, my song of the week of this episode is, at the time this is like very new, but in a couple weeks in this release, it's still fairly new. It is by Coin, back with Coin again, and it's their song Crash My Car. It's a nice, like, bippity-boppity song.
When you say that, I don't know why I automatically go, baby, you can drive my car.
Oh my gosh.
Go to Beatles.
But it's called Crash My Car.
Baby, you can crash my car.
The lovely Coin. What is yours?
I'm contemplating on whether I can have two, but I never thought I'd say this. My song of the week is Taylor Swift's new song.
Whoa.
Yeah. I know. Shook.
Wow.
I'm shocked too. But honestly,
we love growth.
It's like, I hate you, I love you, I hate you. Like her song.
Yeah.
When you're never hitting back to, I hate you, I love you. Something like that. I don't remember. But
you need to calm down. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, you need to calm down. I've had some ups and downs with Taylor Swift.
It's been a rocky ride.
It's been a rocky ride. We like Katy Perry. I'm like Katy Perry. I don't like you that much. Mm-hmm. But right now, you're okay. Not still iffy on you as a person.
Yeah.
Music getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Progress.
the song. I like the song. It's very poppy and it gets in your head. And great message. Mm-hmm. Perfect for the month. It's in my head, and that's why I'm saying it, because it's like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. Like, I could jam out to it. So yeah.
Those are the songs.
Those are the songs.
If you have a dumb conspiracy, please talk to us about it.
Talk to Sienna about it. I don't really want to hear about it.
Tell me. Hit us up on our Instagram at our Untitled Pod. Untitled without the E.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.